Hi, welcome back. Today I'd like to show you one very easy way that I can quickly deal with seam lines. Putting this model together carefully, there's still some very ugly seam lines. I've been able to clean them up and get the model looking like this to about 80% so far. As a special thank you to my patrons, they will be enjoying the full version of this video. Here's a quick look at what you get putting the model together out of the box. It's a nice build, goes together very easily and quickly. Most of it's pretty good, but there are a couple of very dodgy seam lines that need to be fixed. In particular, these ones that run across the top of the backpack. I just can't live with them. Not to fear, video sharing opportunity ensues. Over the years, I've literally tried everything. I've got a couple of favorites. Here's one of them, Tamiya Basic Putty. And I'll be using some Mr. Tool Cleaner to keep my tools clean as well. It's a very special time in the life of a Tamiya Basic Putty tube when it's new and clean and you're not dropping crap everywhere. But as you can see, I've instantly gone past that and there's a bit of a mess forming underneath it. Not to worry, I spoon it a little bit on to one of my spatulas here and carefully squeeze it along the seam line. Now you can go over the edges, it's not a concern, and you can see how I keep it clean. But don't go for perfection here. Keep plenty of thickness. This is a lacquer based putty and as it dries it'll settle quite a bit. And if you don't go thick enough, it will sink down into the seam you're trying to fill and you'll have to do it again. But on the other hand, if you go too thick, it will take too long to dry, and as you go to file and sand it, it'll be wet in the middle. This will take a little bit of practice. I find this technique works best for straight surfaces. Curves are a little bit more complicated, but this one, using the straight edge spatula tool, it's quite easy to keep a good depth and a good thickness and not have too much excess on the sides of the shapes that I'm trying to fill here. Now, really important, don't let this stuff dry on your tools. It'll be really hard to get off. So once I'm finished messing about here and I've got a decent shape that I'm happy with, I'll dip it in here and wipe it off on some kitchen paper while it's nice and soft and it's easy to get off. Yes, I have left it on tools, and yes, I couldn't get it off before. Now, drying time. I'm usually an impatient person, so I try to push this along really quick. This stuff, I let it go overnight. Now, here's what I use. I get some water together, a nice file from Tamiya, some Tamiya, again, sandpaper. This is our 400 grit paper, and there's a lot of ways to do this. They sell specialist tools for it. I like ways that are just fast, quick, and easy with the tools that I've got to hand. So I use the file as a straight tool, and I wrap some of the paper around it and I make sure it's wet. I don't dry a lot, don't dry sand a lot. I am concerned about the dust because I make a volume of these models, and wet seems to protect both surfaces. It helps to stop pulling the Tamiya putty up out of the seam, because there's nothing worse than that when you're filing and you look down and you've pulled it out and you have to redo it all over again. It's not just the effort, but it's the time. You'll have to then wait another 24 hours. And if you've got a deadline and need to produce this model for somebody, that's time that maybe you can't afford. And and if you're looking for something to get on the table to play with, you want the stuff done right away, right? Working it down with an even pressure. Be careful not to sand too fast, too much at once. You can always go back and do more, but you can't replace plastic if you go too deep. Yes, you can putty it back, but oh my goodness, that's a lot of work. And I really dislike doing that. So this one, just take it easy, use the straight edge and move it along. And here you can see I'm very carefully working it into the different areas and corners, and I'm checking a lot. I'll rub it over my finger, I'll give it a little wipe in the water. I'm using a little cup of water here so that I can do it in front of the camera, but often I'll do it over the kitchen or bathroom sink, just so I can have water handy and keep everything clean and easy. Sure, the model gets wet, but they're okay. They're usually plastic, and if it's something that will collect a lot of water, I'll be more careful, but something like this, it'll dry out in just moments anyway. I'm sure you're thinking, why isn't he using a sanding sponge? And I do use them, but for something with straight edges like this, I find using something hard and straight like the file underneath works a little bit better. That's one section mostly done. The large top section, the most obvious part, I've run my finger over there, I can feel that it's smooth, I check it in the light, make sure that it's good. Now to get into a few more tight spaces, I've got this is a rectangular file. I'm not sure of the right English for that, pardon me. But it's a cross section is a square, so it has right angles on it, and I find that that's good to judge some of these sharp inner corners that I'm working with here. And again, I'm wrapping the 400 weight grit sandpaper around it, gently rubbing it into places, making sure I don't bite into plastic. Very careful just to be working on the putty here. As you can see in this video, I haven't needed to speed it up much at all. It's a very quick process as promised. In the space of say less than 5 minutes, I can get one side of this cleaned up, especially if I wasn't working to produce a video for it. So it's a very quick and efficient method. There we have it, that's one side done. A quick last run over, make sure there's no sharp protrusions coming out of there, and we're good. I'd like to take this moment to just thank you very much, my patrons, for your support, and I hope you appreciate this exclusive content for you. Thank you very much. Look forward to doing and producing more with you. Cheers, bye.